everybody! So thanks for watching today. I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little bit funny because I had the flu last week for like the whole week. It was awful. So when you're a senior in college, you are going to get the question about 100 million times. What are you planning to do after graduation? Seriously? Stop asking. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so when people ask me this question, I have a very simple answer for them. I say, I'm going to be an au pair in the Netherlands for a year. And then people are like, whoa, an au pair, the Netherlands, Europe, that's cool. But then people don't know what an au pair is. They're like, how did you come across that? Why are you doing that? And they have about a million follow-up questions, which I have answered all of them about 500 times by now. So I just want to discuss how I came about becoming an au pair, what the process is like, and give people some resources if they want to know more about it. So I decided while I was in Africa this summer that after I graduate I need to travel more because I love traveling. I think it's so much fun. And I haven't seen that much of the world. I've literally been to like Canada and West Africa and Togo, and that was it. So I'm like, I need to see Europe, I need to travel more. So I Googled, because I don't have a trust fund or any large sum of money where I can just not do anything and travel for an extended period of time. So I decided to Google, how can I travel and make money? And then I came across this thing called au pairing. Also came across a lot of other things. Some of them included teaching English in another country. Mostly people do that in Asia. Joining the Peace Corps. Working on a cruise ship. There were a lot of options. But I decided that au pairing was the best one because I like kids. I'm good with them. It's not a long-term commitment. Most countries, the most you can go for is for a year. So those were very appealing things for me. I wanted a short period of time, just long enough to be able to experience another culture, maybe do some other traveling, and then really think about what I want to do after that, which I have no idea what I'm going to do after it, so don't ask me. So I found au pairing and I decided to look into it some more. So a lot of people want to know what an au pair is because they've never heard that term before. A lot of people think it's a nanny. Well, yeah, it is a lot like being a nanny, but it is considered a cultural exchange, and you're not considered like a servant or like the help or anything like that. The term au pair in French really means like with us. It's meant to mean like on equal terms, like you're part of the family, which is pretty cool. So au pair is really a cultural exchange. So in exchange for childcare, a host family gives you a place to stay and you get to experience that host culture. So I chose to go to the Netherlands because my grandfather's from the Netherlands. My family very much identifies as being Dutch in heritage, and I wanted to know more about that. I thought it was pretty central. I could do some other traveling. It's a pretty small country. It's close to other countries. So I found this really cool website called Au Pair World. I'll put the link in the description. And Au Pair World is an awesome website. It has tons of resources on it. Basically, it's a matching website. So au pairs and host families can both make profiles, and you put down preferences. Like if you're an au pair going on this website trying to meet a host family, you could put things down like what country you want to go to, whether you're okay with a single parent or not, whether you're okay with a family that smokes or not. Several different things like that. You can put down what languages you know how to speak, and then you also write out some other cool stuff about why you would be an awesome au pair and your experience with children and things like that, and then they will match you with families that have similar preferences for you. So that's how I got matched with my host family. Au Pair World also has a ton of other resources. They have information on what's required for different countries for entry. Like a lot of countries have age requirements, like you have to be between the ages of 18 and 30. Some countries you cannot be married, you cannot have any children, which is in most countries. Some countries, like I know France, there's a basic language requirement that you have to have fulfilled, already. You have to have like a certain level of French before you can go there. So they give you information on things like that. Then they also give you information on how to get a visa from that country. And then they give you some information on what terms and what regulations are available for those countries. So like the Netherlands, there's certain regulations on how much you can be paid, the maximum amount of hours per week that you can work, and other things like what the host family has to pay for, like for insurance. They also give you information on whether you can drive or not in the host country. So there's a lot of information on the website, and it really also can help you narrow down what countries you want to go to, because there might be certain requirements you can't fulfill, or certain stipulations you might have. So if you're thinking about becoming au pair, one thing I really recommend is to decide kind of what country you're interested in. So that's one thing I did right away, is I kind of weighed out the pros and cons. I knew I wanted to go to Europe, and I knew that I don't know any European languages too much other than some Spanish and some French. So I wanted somewhere where I could communicate, where they spoke English. So I kind of narrowed it down to either Germany or the Netherlands, because I didn't want somewhere where that was their native language, so there was still some language learning options. And then I also decided whether I wanted to be in somewhere rural or somewhere like a city. I decided I wanted to be more urban based, so there'd be more opportunities for traveling and to get outside the house, kind of. You might want to think, you know, if you're in somewhere rural, it might be a lot harder to travel to get to a city center to get to different things to do. But I didn't give myself too many ideas of what in my head of what I wanted out of a host family, because I was just kind of open to whatever. And then my host family contacted me, and we Skyped several times. Skyping was really great because we got to know each other some. There was some really great chemistry between us. We had a lot of similar ideas of what I wanted out of a host family, what they wanted out of an au pair. And then the way it is in the Netherlands is that in the Netherlands they require that you register with an agency. So the host family found an agency, and the agency takes care of all the important things like getting the visa together, a contract. Contracts are really important, and it's important to talk about what you want in a contract and what your expectations are for each other out of the situation, which having an agency is a really great thing that the Netherlands requires, because it just gives the au pair and the family kind of a resource of, I'm having any trouble as an au pair with the host family, I can always go to the au pair agent as kind of a third party to discuss my concerns if I don't feel comfortable going right to the host family, which is really convenient to have that option. But yeah, so that's kind of an overview of how I came about au pairing. Some resources that I found helpful with Au Pair World. I think it's an awesome resource. But if you have more questions, if you want to know more, you can put your questions in the comments, and hopefully I can do a video in the near future answering your questions. I'm going to be leaving in less than 5 weeks. On May 25th will be my date. That is the day I fly out to go to Amsterdam, and I will be staying in The Hague. Well, a small neighborhood outside The Hague is where my host family is located, and they have 3 kids, a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a newborn who was born in January. And both parents work, and I'll be doing a full day, about 2 to 3 days a week, and then the other 2 or 3 days I will be working about 4 hours, picking the older one up from school for his lunch hour, and then after school. So that's just kind of an overview of what I'm going to be doing, and hopefully I'm going to be adding more videos to this channel, some things, just maybe experiences that I do, or things that I notice, or just some other fun videos, maybe some follow me around vloggy type situations with different days out or whatnot. So I'm really excited, and I'll keep you guys updated, and I will hopefully also be writing a blog post about this. So if I get that done, the link will be in the description as well, and the link to my blog, my Twitter, and all that good stuff will be in the description. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, and I'll see you guys next time.